everybody. All right, so again, thank you for joining us. This is our first virtual open house that we're conducting, and we're lucky to do it with this amazing new listing that we just brought on at the Lex 54 condominiums at 135 East 54th Street. It's apartment 5B, and it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath corner apartment, recently renovated. And we've got our director of sales, William Cruz-Tada, at the property, and he is going to walk us through and give us a little bit of information about the building and the property. He's been actually working with this owner for a few years, so he knows it pretty well. And let's start. So, Bill, tell us a little about it.
So I first saw this property about 8 years ago now. My client has rented it out a few times since they renovated it. They did a pretty nice overhaul. The apartment itself is a very large 2-bedroom. It's approximately 1,175 square foot. They've got some cute built-ins that we'll talk about, and I'll show you some cool things that they've done with some of the closets. Where do you want to get started, Sandy? Do you want to take a look at the entrance and go into the living space?
Yeah, let's walk us in from the entrance.
So I should flip this, right?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so if I were to be entering the apartment, when I enter in, there's this really cool foyer right here with a built-in chandelier. That's sort of the entrance. And right up front is a private kitchen. Now, they redid this entire kitchen when they bought the apartment, which includes this really, really awesome long counter space with room for 2 to sit and eat breakfast.
Wonderful.
Very, very nice, pretty slate flooring, stainless steel appliances, really nice cabinetry, plenty of outlets, and a window with a lot of natural light, which is rare these days to get in all apartments for your separate kitchen.
Yeah. Do you happen to know what the what the exposures are for the unit?
I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not going to guess, but I will. I will check. I forget the exposures.
What are we looking out at right now? What is that there?
So right there, that's this is 54th Street. And that is Lexington Avenue.
Lexington and 54th. Okay, great.
So we walk out of the kitchen. If you'll note, there are beautiful hardwood floors in terrific shape all throughout the entire apartment. And when we walk into...
These are the original parquet floors, not the new kind of stuff, but was really restored nicely.
Yeah, they're in great shape. You don't even see really any imperfections on them. Now, this is the first bedroom through the hallway. This isn't the master. This is the second. And for a second bedroom, this is pretty big. It's got the same exposure to 54th Street, and it's got a nice built-in closet. And the one thing that you'll notice as a theme is that they did a lot of built-ins for these closets to make storage and clothing placement pretty convenient, with nice shelving for anything from shoes to sweaters and backs. So that's very nice.
Is there a light in there? I saw.
Yes. So the light is burnt out. We'll have to replace it, but there are lights in all the closets. Great. Every closet has a light that's built into it. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that because that's something that I actually forgot until you reminded me, because they used to all have lights in them. So through the hallway here, they also have this built-in light fixture to provide light to the hallway. And this is the second bathroom. The fan comes on when the light goes on, but obviously you've got a really nice shower with plenty of space here and a full bath. This is a hallway closet that's probably going to be used for your linens, for your bath area maybe. There's a light in this one as well. And obviously it's pretty big with tons of built-ins and more shelving right here.
Okay, for a Manhattan apartment, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we've got more. All right, so now I'm in the master. And everybody that comes to see this apartment just loves the master because you've got two exposures. You've got Lexington Avenue, as we talked about. And if I were to walk you all the way to the edge of Lexington, all the way to the edge of the apartment, and I were to walk you through this window, if I could have stuck my hand out just a little bit, you can get a very smidgen view of the Chrysler Building.
Okay.
But you're looking right down Lexington, and you've got a pretty uninhibited view of a nice little section of the city here with plenty of natural light coming in from two different angles.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with that location. You're pretty much right in the middle of Midtown East, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I live in Astoria, and our office is in Midtown, and one of the biggest subway stops that gets me really anywhere I need to go is Lexington and 59th Street, and that's just 4.5 blocks away.
Yep.
Let me take you through
Well,
this closet here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Doing that. I'm going to also share my screen for a second so that people can see we had this room virtually staged. And I'd
cool.
like to show people how it looks. So give me 1 second and we'll do that for you. There we are. Okay. So you can see there's plenty of room in this bedroom. I mean, that's at least a queen size bed, I think, if not a king. But it definitely fits a king-size bed in there, and there's room to still put in a lot of other things in the room. So,
yeah, this is really a huge master. You definitely don't want to come in to see it, but you could definitely fit a big king with plenty of also, with tables and shelving and other furniture. It's really that big.
That's amazing. Cool. Okay.
So this is the first closet in the master. Obviously, it has some of the same built-ins where 3 different sections have places that you can hang things. And another closet right next to it on the same wall with hooks for maybe ties, I think that might be. More built-ins for hangings, drawers, 4 more shelving places. So you can hang up to 4 different sets of suits or shirts or anything that you need to hang up. And built-ins for hanging. All right. And finally, there's an ensuite master bath. And this was renovated too. As you can see, it's in very nice shape. It's very pretty, very bright. And you've got a soaking tub here. So you've got a shower in the second bath, and you've got a soaking tub in the ensuite master. And there's another window looking over 54th Street as well. So another thing that this apartment really boasts is beautiful natural light through all of the apartment and several exposures, so you get consistent lighting throughout the whole bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's pretty amazing for that location as well, because usually in Midtown you tend to get, closer buildings over there so that you're not getting that type of light. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, even in this building, some of the apartments don't have, obviously, this type of light because you're not facing Lex. The smaller apartments or the apartments facing buildings are a lot darker than this one. This is a very bright unit, and everybody that comes in, it's one of the first things that they note about the apartment. But it's a great apartment. It's really versatile, and I'm going to take you through I'm going to flip my screen again, and I'm going to walk you through the hallway and take you to the living area now.
Perfect.
So you get a good view of the hallway here, obviously, and a good view of the size of this apartment, because 1,175 square foot is a lot bigger than the average 2-bedroom that I've shown in Midtown over the last few years. I'd say the average for myself is probably around 950. So this gives you a lot more room.
Mm-hmm. And FYI, I just want to point out the last tenants just moved out like a week ago, and
right.
The owner will still come in and make sure that the anchors in the wall for the pictures and everything like that will be taken down and fixed. So you'll get a brand new.
So I want to show you this too, because this is the big walk-in closet. This is right by the front door, so it could serve as a coat closet. Also, obviously, plenty of additional storage. I can walk inside it and turn around. That's how big this area is. And obviously, it's got a light. And then close the closet door there. I'll turn off the light in a minute. And this is the living space. Now, this is massive. This is, I want to walk back to give you some scale here about just how long it is. If my back is to the wall by the kitchen here, and I were to walk to the living room window 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 paces. I play golf. That's about 12 yards. And that is a big living area. I'm 6'2", so I have a wide stride, guys.
Yeah. And I'm gonna share my screen for a second and show everybody what the unit looks like, what the room looks like virtually staged. So you can see, again, plenty of room in here. And this is already taken from, relatively in the living room. There's actually even more space behind it over here. So, but it's really can be a beautiful home for some lucky family.
Yeah, the one thing I'll mention about the space by the wall here is that this side of the wall facing towards the entrance in your living area is beautiful built-in shelving, and this area right here would easily serve as a separate dining area if you wanted it to. Mm-hmm. So there really is a lot of versatility to the space, because if I were to stop right here and look out, I already am looking at a space that's larger than most living areas for 2 bedrooms in Midtown. So you've got a lot of extra space here that you can do just a ton of different things with. It's really up to your imagination, but it's a big, versatile space, nice, big, and bright, in a really nice building that has got great access all over the city.
Mm-hmm. No, and I think you could put an office there or a desk or foyer and stuff where you can work. So it's all really wonderful. I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show everybody our digital brochure for the unit so that people can later on do their own walkthroughs. We use the 3D Matterport camera, so let me do that 1 second and share that for everybody. Here we go. So we'll put the link in the comments when we're done with the tour, but it's right up here. You can see it. And this brochure, so it opens up with just a quick video walkthrough, fly-through of the unit that we created from the Matterport. Feel free to watch it at your leisure, but for now I'm going to jump ahead over here and show you that on this spread you have the actual 3D tour, so you can go through it, walk around, go take a look out the window, which I believe, am I correct when I say that what we're looking out here at the window is part of the City Bank building over on Lexington?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, that's pretty amazing. And yeah, here you can turn around, walk all through, and see everything at your leisure later on. And then there's also more photos that you'll be able to look at over here. Ooh, let's get this right. Here, so we have it both the virtually staged and the empty room, so you can see that. A little information about the building. And then on this spread, you actually will have the floor plan so that you can figure out, how you want to put your furniture and all those great things. And
I'll mention that that's a beautiful shot of the lobby. The lobby is very pretty in this building.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And of course, I mean, again, for anyone who knows the neighborhood, it's pretty impressive. This, again, is the City Bank, the city building. Why am I forgetting what the actual name of it is? But you're not too far away from Central Park. It's a quick walk over there. There's a Whole Foods in the area, and obviously tons of great restaurants. And you're in, just prime Midtown. So, yeah. Were there any other things that you wanted to say about the unit or about the building? It's a condo, right?
It's a condominium. There's a full-time doorman, and they have a live-in super. I will double check the amenities to see if there's anything specific that should be pointed out. Obviously, we have it in our brochure, but I'll check to see if anybody has any specific questions. I'll see if we have whatever they're looking for. But it's a full-service building. It's in really great shape. It's well-maintained, and the staff is very friendly, which matters. And it's in a really nice area. I love coming to this area because there's always something to grab. If you're looking for something quick to eat when an agent comes by and shows property, that's what we're looking for. And all my favorites are around here. So I really do love this listing, and I hope you guys do too.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, William. We appreciate that you're out there. As everyone knows, right now we are still not allowed to do in-person showings. That's why we're doing the virtual tour. We're hoping that we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel right now, and my understanding is that the city will hopefully enter phase 1 of reopening next week on the 8th, and then shortly thereafter, hopefully we'll be able to start bringing people into this beautiful apartment. But feel free to reach out if you have any questions and if you need more information about it, or you're ready to put in an offer right now, you can. One thing that we want to point out, we actually, as a team, we're launching something called our COVID Buyer Protection Program because we are seeing some sales go through, basically sight unseen because of the restrictions. So one thing we're willing to do for any buyers is, if you buy the apartment and anytime during the first year, if you decide that, well, okay, this really wasn't the right place for me, we will sell this apartment for you for free. Okay, so we will resell it basically at our own expense if for any reason you decide that it isn't the right apartment. But in all honesty, I find it almost impossible to believe that anyone would want to do that. It is just a great place. And thank you for everyone for joining us. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I will also include the email and phone number in the replay later on. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Sandy.